What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Pokemon Go. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about some tips and tricks that I found, a lot of them that I use, some of them that I found online that maybe will help you out. But first I wanted to give you a little update on how our progress is going. You can see we're level 22, we are 5 XP away from level 23, which is huge. I don't think you can get any closer than that. These are my top Pokemon, the top 6. We're looking pretty strong right now. Hopefully that'll change after some evolutions. So one thing that I did was I saved up a bunch of Pokemon to evolve all at once using a lucky egg. So these are all the Pokemon. There's 47 of them. Some of them are double evolutions. So that's kind of tip number 1. Use a lucky egg and save up all your evolutions. So instead of 500 XP per evolution, you'll get 1000 XP, which is huge. So first up on our list is Victory Bell. We've been saving up all the Bellsprout candies for this one, 1556. Next one is Vileplume. Here we go, registering the Pokedex, 1494. Then we move into Ivysaur, which is getting us going on our starters. So this one is a high CP, 919, which I'm really excited about. Then Golduck, which is 1372, which is huge. Then Seaking, aka Angry Goldfish, which Laura named. So we'll add that to the Pokedex as well, 982 CP, and then Persian, which is another one that we'll add to the Pokedex, and that's 902. So now everything that you're seeing at this point on are all the other evolutions that I had to do. So I sped this up by 10,000 times so that you wouldn't have to sit through all of them. So there they are. This is our top 6 now. It's changed up a little bit. We got the Victory Bell up there. We got a couple more evolutions. And now we're level 23. How much XP did we get from that? Let's check it out. We got 56,000 XP, which is huge. And that was tip number 1. Have you ever spun a Pokestop and gotten more than 6 items at once? Well, that's because for every 10 unique Pokestops that you go to in a row within 30 minutes, on the 10th one, you'll get 6 plus items and you'll get 100 XP for it instead of the 50 that you normally would get. So if you're going around, make sure that you line up all your Pokestops so you don't go back to another one before you reach 10, and then you'll get that massive mega Pokestop and you can go there and get your 100 XP and a lot of items. Tip number 3 is about hatching eggs. So there's a maximum speed that you can hatch an egg. It seems like the speed is about 10 miles an hour, which is fairly low if you're riding a bike, but good enough if you're walking. So make sure you stay under 10 miles an hour. It won't work in a car because you'll most likely be going above 10 miles an hour. So the next tip that I have is about incense. So when you're using incense, there's 2 things that can happen. If you're staying still, a Pokemon will show up every 5 minutes. But if you're actually walking, a new Pokemon should show up every 200 meters. Theoretically, if you're walking at a fairly fast pace, you'll get more Pokemon doing that than staying still and catching one every 5 minutes. So while you're catching Pokemon, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do it. You can do a straight shot or a curveball, things like that. But there's also kind of a little, almost a way that guarantees that you will hit the Pokemon. If you hold your finger on the Pokeball and you pull it off to the side of your screen near the edge, and then you push it up to level with the Pokemon and you release, that's going to make the ball arc and hit the Pokemon, so you're guaranteed to at least hit the Pokemon. Another tip is to try and use the curveball along with getting a great throw. I've been working on this, and doing that gets you 60 XP extra on top of the 100 for the Pokemon catch. So that's essentially giving you 60% more XP than you would get on a normal catch. I know it is possible for you to get an extra 100 for an excellent throw, but I found that great throws are a lot easier to get. They're more reliable. I've only gotten a handful of excellent throws, which happen mainly on luck, but I've been able to reliably get great throws and the curveball to get the extra 60 XP. If you're having trouble catching Pokemon in AR mode, it's because you can still move your phone around and it affects where the Pokemon is located on your screen. So one way to make that a little easier is if you turn off AR, the Pokemon will stay still relative to where it is on the screen, and then you can have a more consistent throw so you know where it's going to be. If the Pokemon escapes from the ball, it's going to keep on moving farther back away from you, making it harder for you to catch. One way that probably isn't supposed to be part of the game to make them come back is to toggle AR mode on and off. So when you do that, it'll actually bring the Pokemon back up front so that you can get a better shot at it, make it a little bit easier. I don't think that's intended to be like that, but it's in the game so you can use it if you want. I don't really use it because I just keep on adjusting my throw. So the last tip that I have is about leveling up a gym that's your color. I've always had trouble with that. It's taken forever and you only get one Pokemon to use. Apparently what you can do is if you use a Pokemon that is lower CP than the lowest one in the gym, you'll actually gain more XP for that gym if you beat the Pokemon in there. So instead of using your maxed out Pokemon that is much higher than the lowest one in the gym, you can use a lower one and it'll give you more XP so you can level it up faster. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tips and tricks that I have. Hopefully you learned some. I'm sure you've also heard about a bunch of these too. So let me know if you know any additional tips or tricks down in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Bye.